Göbekli Tepe, the forbidden origin of civilization for generations. We have been told a comforting lie about the dawn of civilization. We have been told a story of slow, gradual progress, a neat, linear ascent from primitive hunter-gatherers to the builders of cities. The narrative was simple. First, we discovered agriculture, then we settled in villages, and finally, we developed religion and monumental architecture. But in the mid-1990s, in a remote corner of southeastern Turkey, a discovery was made that didn't just challenge this story, it shattered it completely. Hidden beneath a man-made hill known as Göbekli Tepe lies a complex of massive stone pillars that date back over 12,000 years. This is not just an archaeological site. It is a smoking gun that proves our ancestors were far more advanced than the history books dare to admit. Göbekli Tepe was constructed at the end of the last ice age, a time when humans were supposedly nothing more than simple nomads, struggling to survive. Yet, here we find T-shaped limestone pillars weighing up to 60 tons. Arranged in perfect circles and adorned with intricate carvings of lions, vultures, and scorpions. How did a society without wheels, without metal tools, and without writing manage to quarry, transport, and erect these megaliths? The sheer logistics of the site imply a massive, organized workforce and a level of engineering skill that shouldn't have existed for another 6,000 years. This is the ultimate anomaly. It predates the Great Pyramid of Giza by 7,000 years. It predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years. It is, quite literally, the oldest temple in the world, and it was built by a civilization that we are told did not exist. When archaeologists first began to peel back the layers of earth at Göbekli Tepe, they expected to find a small settlement. Instead, they found a masterclass in geometry and astronomical alignment. The pillars are not placed at random. They are oriented toward specific star systems, most notably the constellation of Orion and the star Sirius. This suggests that the builders were not just hunters. They were astronomers. They were tracking the movements of the heavens with a precision that defies explanation. Why was a prehistoric society so obsessed with the stars? Were they marking the timing of a global cataclysm? Or were they following the instructions of gods who had descended from the sky? The conventional narrative tells us that religion is a product of civilization. But Göbekli Tepe proves that religion came first. It was the need to build this massive spiritual center that forced humanity to organize, to develop new tools, and eventually to discover agriculture to feed the thousands of workers on site. We didn't become civilized and then build temples. We built temples and became civilized in the process. But who gave them the blueprint? The carvings on the pillars are not just art. They appear to be a form of proto-writing, a symbolic language that we are only now beginning to decode. Some researchers believe these pillars tell the story of a comet impact that devastated the Earth around 10,800 BC, an event known as the Younger Dryas. If this is true, Göbekli Tepe is not just a temple. It is a memorial, a warning carved in stone for future generations to find. As we dig deeper into the mystery of the builders, we find even stranger clues. The site was not destroyed by war or time. Around 8,000 BC, the people who built Göbekli Tepe did something unthinkable. They deliberately buried the entire complex. They covered the massive pillars with thousands of tons of dirt and refuse, creating an artificial hill to hide their work from the world. Why would a civilization spend centuries building a masterpiece only to hide it forever? Were they protecting it from an approaching disaster? Or were they trying to bury a truth that was too dangerous for the world to know? The mystery leads us to a terrifying conclusion. If a sophisticated society existed 12,000 years ago, and then vanished, how many other lost civilizations are hidden beneath the earth or under the rising seas? We are a species with amnesia. We have forgotten a golden age of humanity where technology and spirituality were one. The T-shaped pillars of Turkey are the first clues in a global detective story that links the pyramids of Egypt, the temples of the Maya, and the megaliths of Asia. They all speak of a common origin, a mother culture that possessed advanced knowledge of the cosmos. As we explore the hidden chambers and the secret symbols, we realize that we are not looking at the beginning of our history, but a ghost from a previous cycle of civilization that was wiped clean from the face of the earth. If these hunters could move 60-ton stones, what else were they capable of? Some theories suggest they used sound frequency or lost technologies to soften the stone. The presence of identical symbols in distant lands, such as the handbag of the gods seen in Sumerian and Olmec art, also appears at Göbekli Tepe. This suggests a global network of knowledge that existed long before the dawn of recorded history. We are standing at the edge of a total rewrite of human origins. The more we excavate, the more we find that the past is not what it seems. Göbekli Tepe is just the beginning. Newer sites like Karahan Tepe are emerging, showing even more complex designs. It seems the deeper we dig into the Turkish soil, the further back the timeline of civilization goes. We must now accept that we were once much greater than we are told. We were a global civilization connected by a shared cosmic science, destroyed by fire from the sky, and reborn in the shadows of these megalithic monuments. The message of the pillars is clear. We have been here before, and the cycle of rise and fall is the only true constant in the human story.